Marjorie Taylor Greene recently spoke at a Turning Point USA event where she made some absolutely outrageous claims about Trump, January 6th, COVID, Anthony Fauci. I mean, with her, the list never stops of outrageous claims, but we're going to take a few of these clips and be sure to debunk the misinformation she was spewing, starting with Alvin Bragg.
The only thing they care about is putting President Trump in jail. And here's the one thing that has me infuriated. This pathetic trash, Alvin Bragg from New York, trash, creates his fake charges, his fake felony charges. It is a bunch of bullshit.
Now, if Alvin Bragg created these felonies out of thin air just to charge Trump with them, why have multiple people been charged with this exact same crime dating back to 2010, long before Alvin Bragg was ever the Manhattan DA? It's almost like it's just a real felony that's long been on the books and Trump just decided to break it. It's kind of odd. It doesn't really work out what she's saying. And no, Republicans weren't outraged about any of the other people getting charged with them. But the second Trump does, it's all rigged and made up. That's totally believable.
And any Democrat and any person from the mainstream media and anyone that wants to continue to shame us for January 6th can go to hell.
They will say this and then in the same breath try to condemn Democrats for BLM protests, even though Democrats weren't a part of them. Supreme Court justices weren't flying flags in support of BLM protesters, and they weren't at the Capitol trying to prevent the peaceful transfer of power. Most of them were peaceful. They didn't create billions of dollars in damage like the January 6ers did at the Capitol. And when you forcefully break down barricades, break into the Capitol building through windows and breaking down doors, overtake the Capitol Police, chant 1776 and hang Mike Pence, there's over 78 weapons found on the grounds, including firearms, and you then go into the building and look for Congress members to assault. I mean, yeah, you're going to get condemned at the very least, and you would think that the party of law and order would support that, but you know, they've turned into the party of monarchy and will do anything to defend their convicted felon king.
And yes, Dr. Anthony Fauci should be tried for crimes against humanity.
Now, I want you to really think about what she's saying here. Donald Trump shouldn't have been prosecuted for falsifying business records, even though he clearly did it. January 6 rioters shouldn't be prosecuted for destroying the Capitol, even though they clearly did it. Donald Trump shouldn't be prosecuted for taking classified documents, even though he clearly did it. He shouldn't be charged for or prosecuted for trying to overturn the election, even though he clearly did it. You know, find me 11,740 votes, everything Mike Pence has said since then. But Anthony Fauci definitely should be tried for crimes against humanity because he helped with the COVID vaccine that saved millions of lives. But you know, we had to wear masks and social distance and stuff. So clearly that was inhumane. It's all just a bunch of tribal nonsense. I mean, Trump himself gave Fauci a medal for his actions in Operation Warp Speed. Operation Warp Speed, by the way, is something that Trump approved of himself, gave the funding for, and signed off on. Would not have happened without Trump, which literally is what enabled the development of the vaccine that MAGA now hates. But Trump shouldn't be tried for anything in relation to it. Only Anthony Fauci. He's just become this martyr of sorts for right-wing aggression. They did a whole hearing calling Anthony Fauci in where they couldn't dig up anything on him. It proved that he didn't even profit off the vaccine. And again, the development of that vaccine was pushed, funded, and enabled by Donald Trump. But now because Trump has distanced himself from it and hopes to stay relevant with MAGA, it's all on Fauci. Like, Trump's part in it doesn't matter, but Fauci's minuscule part in it, crimes against humanity. It's all just hilariously hypocritical, frankly, kind of stupid, and it really just gives the game away about where MAGA wants anything related to Democrats attacked and prosecuted and shunned, but anything that Trump does put on a pedestal, even when it's felony charges.